Hey, what's going on guys, BLUEZ here. In this video, I'm going to be doing 10 tips that will help you guys in Anime Fighting Simulator to progress and just any sort of things you need help with the game. So to start off, I'm going to be doing the tips and starting from 1. So to start off, tip number 1 would be to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed. I'm really close to getting to 5k. We're growing pretty quick, so make sure you guys sub. That's just tip 1. If you guys check out my other videos, I have guides and any sort of tutorial on things you would need. So even if you guys check these tips and it doesn't actually help that much, you can always go see a full-length video going into deep dive in every single information and thing you need to know about the game. So that's just tip number 1. Tip number 2 is probably a very good one, which will save you a lot of time, is to never waste your yen. So when you have yen, if you're trying to reach your milestones for your class, so let's say you're trying to get to like 100T, right? If you were at 80 billion, you don't want to upgrade your stat anymore while you're grinding because you want to save it and use it on the next one you're trying to grind. So basically just focus on these so you never waste your yen by over upgrading. So let's say you're really close to getting your 100 trillion and then you waste an upgrade and then you have to gain this one a lot slower because you've just wasted your yen. You can just not do that and just save a lot of time. Tip number 3 is going to be the easiest way to progress in this game. So the best way to progress in this game, obviously, I'm going to be telling you guys what you need to do first is just completely focus on these quests. When you first start, just run around the map, just grabbing these sort of things like get Giovanni's quest, get Deku's quest, Tanjiro's quest, start on the storyline, stuff like that, but never fully focus on them. You really just want to focus on your class upgrades, and that's all you want to do. One of the best ways to do it is if you get up to chapter 1, where you can do these dungeons here, one of the ice dungeon and the overlord dungeon up here. So once you do those, you either get 2 or 4 tickets. We can help you spin. And if you're not AFKing grinding, this is probably the best way to get your upgrades, because once you get tickets, and if you ever land on any one of these, you get a massive boost. Because as you see, this gives me QD and I'm only earning trillion a time, which is like a lot of time saved, which doing like a 5-minute run, maybe you can do overlord in about 2 minutes, but then get around 2 hours worth of yen grinding just from spinning at once, which is probably the best way to get it. And when you're not doing that, all you want to do is just basically AFK overnight with like an auto clicker or some sort of thing. So that's just my tip number 3. So tip number 4 would be how to grind slayers. The best way to grind slayers obviously is using king fruit. If you've seen my old videos where I give a big tutorial on how to go through all the slayers and stuff like that, you just want to use king fruit. Actually, as of currently, there's a spamming glitch which you can use as well, so make sure you go check that one out. You can basically speed run through all the slayers. So the best way to grind slayers, especially in Dimension 2, is what you do is you never actually go off of the 1 billion things currently, because it's very scaled down. The best way to do it is just leave on a macro or any sort of AFKing thing where you can just basically kill the 1 billions overnight and just keep grinding and grinding and grinding like that. Because as of currently, unless you can one-shot the big groups, which is a 950 trillion, you're not really going to get much. Actually, 950 billion, my bad. You're not actually going to get much, because the best way to do it is just to one-shot the 1 billion ones over and over and over again and just keep upgrading with the amount of stuff you get. So that's just how to grind slayers in Dimension 2, because everyone's been wasting the time, and doing any of the bigger stuff is kind of pointless right now because it's very downscaled and not worth it at all. I'm not sure if it's intended to be like this or it's just a bit of a bug or a sort of optimization of all the stats, but that's just how it is. So that's my tip there. So tip number 5, I was just talking about this. What you need to do is just AFK overnight. Every night you miss is a lot of grinding. This is if you really want to take this game seriously, where you want to get into leaderboards and stuff like that. If you really want to get a high level, you have to AFK overnight. It's not really a choice. You can't really just casually play this game, log on every now and then, because as you can see, DD is really high, and going through all these ranks without AFKing will take you basically years if you're doing it normally. You need to AFK overnight, otherwise it's just, you're not going to get very far. The best way to AFK overnight is obviously just find your area. Let's say you need like 100 trillion strength or something like that. All you would do is just AFK in the trillion area and just turn on an auto clicker. and basically just have it keep punching over and over and over again overnight. It won't kick you, your computer won't shut off, but I would recommend turning out the power option mode to low, just so in case you're trying to sleep near your PC where you don't want to hear it that loud. That's just basically my next tip. So next tip is going to be tip number 6, where the champion you need to start with is probably going to be Itadoro. He's probably the best one to get currently and very easy to get off start, because all you need to do is go upstairs and grab 20k of these shards, which is very easy to get from Slayers. It takes maybe like 20-30 minutes to get around that 20k. And if you can get to Itadoro, you have a buff of 40% damage and a nerf of 35% damage. He's an insane champion to start off with, so if you have anything, you just go for him because he's going to get the most out of everything you get. So that's just my thing on the first champion you should probably use if you're ever starting out on this game. So tip number 7 is going to be what game pass to buy first. So the best game pass to buy first is just, hands down, there's no competition, is just 2 times yen. This just completely doubles all the progress you get as you play the game. So instead of waiting 1 hour to upgrade your skill, you would wait 30 minutes. Instead of waiting 2 hours, you'd wait an hour. So on and so forth. But like, yen is just unmatched in any other skill you can get here. What I would do is, if you guys can get 400 Robux, I think that's the lowest amount you can buy at once, is buy yen and buy faster flight. That'll help you get around the map a lot easier and getting into places you need to go. So tip number 8 is how to work around the bugs. Currently there's a lot of bugs in the game, and I've seen you guys been talking about the daily quest one, some kill ones, the one you can't get from this quest here. Obviously I can't fix this one, so sadly, but if you have ones like where the boss is stuck on its timer and you can actually get in the boss in Dimension 6 or anything like that, just buy a private server or find one in my Discord. I'll leave a link to my Discord in the description and you guys can go check that one out. But you can just go in there and grind bosses and stuff like that. Another workaround for the daily quests, if you claimed one daily quest, it would actually use all the daily quests you had, which is very bad. I think they had this fixed by the time making this video. So if you have any bugs, just go and check on the actual Discord and ask in the chat if you guys have any sort of solutions for those things, because there's a lot of bugs currently and I can't really run down all the bugs and all the workarounds for all of them, but I can just list off a couple like that. So make sure you guys go do that. You can probably find some help in the Discord, so make sure you join Block Zone. Anyway, the next step. So tip number 9 is basically get all the tournament items. You can very easily AFK in tournament, where you can just rack up some points just by doing nothing. And if you need to get any sort of points, just running in and doing a little bit of damage gives you heaps of points, and it'll take maybe like a couple hours and you can rack up enough to get something like Ice Fruit, which is an insane fruit, probably one of the best in the game. Same with Light and a bunch of other things. I've got heaps of points racked up just from going in there and just playing and messing around with abilities. So if you want to have fun while you're doing that, the best way to do that, to get all the tournament items, is just to go around and buy these specials, and if you haven't, just go and test them in tournament. You might find out that Ripple Eyes is an insane one that like might grab them and push them off the area or stuff like that. You can just mess around with other people with a bunch of the abilities. So that's just my next tip. Make sure you guys buy all those because they just won't come back after it. They always disappear. There's a lot of ones I've missed and I wish I went and got them, but yeah, that's just tip number 9. Okay, so tip number 10 is going to be focus on your daily quest first. Every day, I know a lot of you guys don't have a lot of time. If you're playing this game and you log on maybe a couple hours a day, always focus on your daily quest to start off with, because these fighting passes will never come back and they have a lot of useful items that you can actually get to progress in the game. So just make sure you log on and do your daily quest first thing. If one of them is really hard, where it's like, okay, I need to AFK, you can leave that one for the next day, because your daily quests don't actually roll over unless you hop servers. Because let's say you were in this server and you completed one of your daily quests, you claimed it, then switched servers, all of them would refresh, because they don't like update in lifetime. They only update when you jump servers, which is why you can AFK in a server and basically do your daily quests and be fine with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a long one, so hope you guys went through a bit of the rant and took these into consideration. Anyway, check out my other videos because they will help you to progress in this game. I've been focusing on doing other videos on other games, so make sure you join my Discord. We've been playing a few games in there. I've been hanging out with you guys, playing some stupid games online, and just random stuff. So anyway, make sure you guys join that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and this was helpful. Make sure you guys drop a sub, it's always free. You can just unsub if you don't like my videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.